Hey, you guys remember Bionicle? Yeah, these things? Me neither. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank, and today we're building something really cool. This is a Halo Bionicle mashup. If you guys haven't seen it on Instagram or in my Instagram stories or Galactic Armory, it's on the screen. Look at this. Look at this helmet. It is a Bionicle mixed with a Spartan helmet, and it needs to exist in real life. And we are gonna be building this thing today. If you are a Halo fan, if you are a Bionicle fan, if you're a, hey, that looks really cool, what is that fan? Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to build this helmet, start to finish, using 3D printers and paint and just tenacity. So how about we just start where we always start, with the 3D files, and we're gonna jump into getting this thing built, because it's probably gonna take a while. And I'm excited. I can't wait to show you the end results, because it's actually sitting right there, because I'm filming the outro or intro after the outro. And let's just get into it. Okay, first off, the 3D files, where any good project starts. And don't skip this, because I'm pretty sure I'll be able to teach you guys something new that you didn't know about. Well, something. So let's just take a look at it. So as far as I can tell, this was a mashup concept art from this guy, this guy on Instagram. And he did this concept art with the Bionicle mashed up with like Halo, Spartan armor. Super cool. My first introduction to this was this post by Galactic Armory. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is one of the coolest helmets I've ever seen. And so, well, they modeled it, and now you can go to Galactic Armory's website, you can download the model. $20 is a steal for this. Are you kidding me? Look at this thing. You can get the files, it's crazy. There are other ones. There's Kopaka and Pohatu right now. I'm pretty sure they're making all of the other ones. And let me know down in the comments, do you want a whole series on this? Maybe let me know by the end of the video, but like, do you want like all 6, maybe 7, if you know, you know, of the Bionicles? Because I will do this. If this video does good and like people are receptive to this, I'll make the rest, because these are like cooler Power Rangers. Anyway, when you buy the files, you're met with a cavalcade of just options, which is really cool. You got the whole assembled helmet, you got no visor ridge, whatever that means, a casting version and a filled and solid version. So if you're resin printing and pulling molds and casts, you can do all that. Got a little test sizing ring. Really wish I had printed that, because, well, you see, when I went and printed my Chief helmet here, I didn't scale this up or down. It fit me. You see, it fit perfectly. This was such a good, awesome fit. I'm like, oh, my ear gets stuck. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, yeah, that is a perfect fit. Maybe a little too snug. So I just assumed that all the helmets that I was gonna print from Galactic Armory were gonna be based on the same model size. No, that was not the case. I should have checked scaling, and I'll show you how to check that real fast. But yeah, you get all this. He does include project plates, which is really awesome, with some G-code. You can see them here, and we'll open those in a sec. And if that's not to your liking, they have all the pre-separated models, and then even more cut for smaller printers. What I like to do is go and drop the helmet right into Mesh Mixer. You can see it here. And this is a absolute solid version. So even if you go and separate shells, nothing's found. But what you can go and do is go into the pre-separated spots, and then all you do is drag and drop the files in. Always hit append. And what that'll do is it'll drop and rebuild the helmet in 3D space. This way you can go and see where the individual parts sit, if you want to cut, if you want to modify anything. So now the helmet, you can go and like rebuild the whole bit of it. So that's just really useful. And for scaling, what I like to do is just go and drop in a 3D scan of my head, and just, you know, kind of line it up in there. And if I had done this, I would have realized how big this helmet is. Another cool little trick you can do is, once you select it, I'll do like a plane cut, and I'll actually just cut the whole helmet in half and rotate it like so, bink, bink. And then you can really see how much I messed up, because wow, yeah, this wasn't my finest move. There's definitely a lot of wiggle room in there, but yeah, so definitely check your scaling, or at least print that test ring so you know how big the bottom hole of the helmet is, and you get your dome in there. So this is the project file you get with Galactic Armory. It's like, this is X1 carbon sized. He cut the dome into 2 pieces and arranged some things. I went and rearranged them a little differently for my liking, for like my P2S. And this all fits on a P2S, which is really cool. So you can definitely position this on a 256 by 256 cubed print bed. And really anything bigger than a Bambu, like the Snapmaker, the and yeah, 270 cubes. So everything does fit. I was printing all of this in ASA. You can absolutely print this in PLA or PETG. I like ASA because it is the smoothest, nicest thing I have ever sanded. Unreal how quickly this sands. You think PETG sands? No. get your hands on some ASA. It's also a little less temperamental. It doesn't warp as bad as ABS. So yeah, you can go and print this however you want. I used ASA. I think I used standard quality. I upped it to 3 walls. I typically down this to 5% infill because infill is kind of a joke on helmets like this, but up your wall count, especially if you're gonna be sanding. I ran some normal supports on some tree supports on others, and then I always run a brim because I just always do. But yeah, get this pumped out however you see fit. If you wanna print it all in one shot, if you wanna combine some pieces, if you wanna do a multicolor print, honestly, that'd be pretty sick. Doing black and red and just automatically printing it like that. Printers can do that now. Technology is wild. Welcome to the future. So get this printed out. My editor is going to throw up a really sick time lapse of whatever footage I got here, and we're going to get into the sanding, priming, painting, assembly, and all that fun stuff. So after getting everything printed, I just did a rough assembly, making sure everything fit, and it came out looking sick. Now from there, I started the process of sanding and priming and sanding in the back and forth. It's so much fun. If you guys are wondering what my process is, I just run over it with like 120 to 220 grit sandpaper. ASA, like you can just get away with 220. Smooth it down, and I went right into filler primer. This was all done in like a couple minutes. It does not take you long to sand ASA. If you want to do ABS or ASA vapor smoothing with acetone, I have a video right up here. You can go and click it and watch it. I wanted to blast through this, so I just did hand sanding. I think I vapor smoothed Hayabusa. I vapor smoothed something. Maybe it's my Gundam helmet. I don't know. I got a lot of projects in work. Make sure you're subscribed for all that crap. But yeah, I was just going through using the standard Duplicolor red filler primer. I love this stuff. Wear a mask. For the love of God, please wear a mask. And I'm just using some Lazy Susans off of Amazon and some jack stands for a car, and just trying to get coverage, getting that first coat on, taking my dear sweet time. There are a lot of fine details on this helmet, so I wasn't really trying to saturate it, but it was already so smooth from the 0.16 millimeter layer height, and then sanding it, it was already pretty smooth. Just going around, you know, just priming and priming and priming and priming. I love this stuff. You can use whatever you want. You can use Bondo spot putty. You can use any filler primer you want, standard primer you want. Just get it smooth. This is where the work comes in. Look at those wet coats, but you can clearly see I'm gonna need to sand this afterwards. So once I had gone back and forth and had it fairly smooth, or as smooth as I wanted, that's when I went into the assembly process. I started using cyanocrylate glue or CA glue. It's 2-part activator, so you have a little bit of time to move things around. But yeah, I just went through assembly. You can do all of this in any order you want. You can assemble and glue it together, and then you can sand it, and then you can paint it. I don't care. Just sand your prints. Okay? Cool. And when that's all said and done, here you go, all assembled. And yes, you can see so much overspray and running from the filler primer, but I wanted to get that first base done, and now I'm gonna go back, sand it again, prime it again, back and forth, and then we'll get into the fun part of like really painting this thing. Hey guys, so it's time for the sponsored ad. Please don't click away. You guys supporting the brands that support me helps this whole thing run. So please just give me a minute or two of your time. You were already gonna listen to me yap through the whole video anyway, so I promise it's worth it. So what is Monarch Money? Monarch is a private ad-free personal finance platform that brings all your accounts into one clean dashboard. It automatically tracks your spending and net worth and helps you stay financially aligned, no spreadsheet juggling. Instead of just showing you where your money went, Monarch makes it easy to see the full financial picture. It'll help you make smart adjustments and see progress towards your financial goals. Plus, with bank level encryption and read-only access to your accounts, you're in good hands. Plus, it's private and ad-free. You're the customer, not the product. No ads, no selling your data. Listen guys, it's tough managing all your financial assets. I struggle with that literally every day. I have an LLC, multiple revenue sources and income. I have my YouTube and Instagram and affiliate links and PayPal transactions and my Etsy, and having that all funneled into multiple different accounts, it can be overwhelming to keep track of. Plus expenses and travel and credit cards, and I could go on and on. It's exhausting, but with Monarch, I can view everything in one dashboard. It's nice, it's clean, accounts, credit cards, all of that right here. This also relieves a lot of stress in me feeling I need to micromanage my assets. A bunch of alerts, having to log in and out of apps, seeing what transactions came in, came out. I don't need to worry about any of that. Monarch helps paint a clear and easy picture with a variety of tools to help me gain insights, ask questions, and notice any trends. So if any of this sounds good to you guys and you want to get some more financial clarity, there's a couple different things you can do. You can hit the link down below, you can use this code, or you can scan the QR code. And thank you so much, Monarch Money, for partnering with me, and hopefully this helps you guys out. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So after I had gone over it and I was happy to move on to the next stage of sanding and filling and priming, now I'm just hitting it with a flat black because there are accent pieces on this that are flat, like the mask and just some details. So I wanted to do the entire thing in a flat black, which is also going to reveal any imperfections. So if I wanted to go back, this was a good time to still wet sand it and smooth everything out, depending on how this first coat of flat black looked. So I'm not beholden to not being able to go back and sand things. I'm not using 2-part paints or metal cast or anything that, like, if I mess it up, there's no going back without stripping the whole helmet. What's really cool about this matte black paint is that it just looks absolutely so sick. When it's like wet, it's glossy at first, and that's how you get a good wet coat on. And then it comes back all nice and matte and dry, and it looks so cool. So you can see I found some imperfections here. I'm just gonna go through, sand those back down, rinse and repeat until I'm happy. Oh, look, more sanding. You're never done. When you think you're done, you're not. Don't lie to yourself. Now, once I had gone and gotten into a place where I was happy to move on, I decided I was going to mask off all of those black parts. This is just standard yellow frog tape. It's a little less tacky than the green stuff. The green stuff is low tack. This is even lower tack. Great to have a couple rolls on hand, and I'm just tearing pieces off, covering the spots I need. I'm using a very fine razor blade. Just get a new blade every time. It will make your life so much easier. And I'm masking off all the large parts. Yes, I'm gonna go in later and do some detail work with like markers and Sharpies and little paint brushes, but this is, I can mask off a lot of the black parts here, so I'm gonna do that. And we're all done. And luckily the entire back plate, the bottom lower neck spot, is all black, so I just left that off. It kind of worked out. This thing's gonna look sick. Now, when trying to go from a black to a red, it can be a little bit tricky and difficult. So what I decided to do was actually use a primer, because I know this Duplicolor sandable primer, it covers pretty much anything, which is nice. So I did a light coat on that just to hide any last little imperfections, make it a red primer, and that's when I went over it with the actual red paint that I was going to use for the final color. So honestly, that was already looking pretty good, and depending on the red you want to use, I mean, you know, dealer's choice. So I kind of forgot to record what cans I used. I had used some really standard Rust-Oleum red. It was like a super bright fire truck red, and it was too much. So what I went and grabbed was a darker, like metallic ruby red, perfect match. There's so many different reds you can get, my God. And I started going over the like fire engine red and pulling down that color. You can see here, it's starting to get a lot of bit darker. I just don't remember what perfect match this was, and it was really pulling that red down a lot. And then everybody's absolute favorite part, peeling the masking tape. Why I decided to do this while the paint was still wet, I'm actually not sure, but I did, and we're just gonna wash. And my editor will make this look real satisfying, so enjoy. Hopefully with some music. And after some absolutely satisfying paint tape removal, this is what we're left with. This is being blasted by a very bright light, but in normal lighting, it looks really good. You'll see it once it's back on my desk. Now, coming from the world of building Gundam models when I was a kid, this is the part that just tickles my tism in all the right ways. I love detail work. I love panel lining and scribing and adding and hand paint. If I could, I love it. This is the part. This is more satisfying to me than peeling the tape, which is also super satisfying. So I'm just going through and painting in the little bits I can with some matte black paint and semi-gloss black paint. It's just modeling paint. You get it at Hobby Lobby, wherever, and I'm just going through and touching up and just detailing little things. Don't be afraid to use something like a Sharpie. It goes a very long way. Paint markers, paint pens, Sharpies. Look, I messed up right there. Oh well, I'm gonna weather the crap out of this thing, and I don't care. This is so much fun. Now I'm gonna ask my editor to freeze right here, and I didn't really get much footage of me putting in the LED eyes. These are extra large cosplay LED eyes from AliExpress. They actually make them in different sizes. The standard ones for Iron Man suits, they're like that big. They're not that crazy, but you can actually get XL ones, and that's what I did for this. And I just cut them with scissors. What was really cool about this set is in order for the LED eyes to reflect the light, it's an LED that blasts out into the acrylic, and then around the rim of the acrylic or flexible silicone, there's chrome tape that reflects the light back in. Now, normally when you cut the eyes, you have to either peel this off and then the glue gets messed up, but these extra large sets, that chrome tape, it came separate. It actually came removed that you apply it on after. So I was able to trim these to fit into these little slots for the eyes, and then put the tape around it and then glue them into place. And then I just ran the battery pack wires. I shortened them a little bit because they were like really long. And then I just Velcroed and glued everything into the face, inside the mask, as you can see in the picture here. Really simple to do. I have tons of tutorials on wiring diagrams and stuff, but it's literally just shortening the wires. There's so much room in this helmet because I printed it so big. I just glued everything in. And make sure when you do the LED eyes, the white, the textured side that you can feel with the white dots, that's on the inside, because then the light will reflect outwards. You can kind of see in these. It's cool. Moving on. And then the last little bit was just popping in the face vent, nose mask. We're gonna call it a vent. Is it a vent? It's a vent. And now on to the weathering. And I knew from the get-go, I wanted to weather the crap out of this. I wanted this helmet to be grungy and grimy and dirty. So I actually took a trip to Hobby Lobby and bought all new paints, all absolute, just endless amounts of paints, because all of mine were from like Japan for like 10 plus years ago. So what I did is I bought, you see up here in the corner, I bought a variety of acrylic paints, not enamel. I bought enamel, that's for something else. That's for, no, I bought acrylic paints. And I mixed them into a slurry in a little tray down here, and some blacks and some browns and some gray, and I just made this cacophony of color, and I'm just dabbing it into the cracks and crevices and wiping it away, and building it up and wiping it away, and building it up and wiping it away. And now what I don't have here in the video, you can actually take lighter fluid, and I think it has to do with the ethanol inside of it. Somebody in the comments can correct me. If you put some lighter fluid on a rag or something, it'll wipe away the acrylic paint, but it won't hurt the enamel paint. So if you put too much of the acrylic paint somewhere, you can then just literally wipe it away with lighter fluid. And I'm sure there's another chemical, it's probably just pure ethanol, maybe not safe. But this is something I used to do with Gundam models. It's called panel washing and panel lining. So I'm just building it up and wiping it away. And if I'm like, it's a little much, I'll just use the lighter fluid to wipe away any excess. But I didn't do that too much on the Tahu helmet. I did that a lot on the Hayabusa helmet. The Hayabusa helmet, I wanted it to be a lot cleaner, only light weathering. This, I just wanted this to be grungy and grimy, and this is just so therapeutic. You can't really mess it up. The one piece of advice I would give you guys is think about how the helmet is getting damaged. How is it getting weathered? He's a Spartan, he's a soldier, he's running forward, explosions are coming this way, he's getting shot at. So blast and debris, everything should be streaking this way if he's wiping things off. If he's falling down, the back of his helmet's gonna be dinged and dented. So I like to think of the actual physics of how this stuff is happening. I'm not just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. I'm trying to be considerate of the way things would damage and accumulate. The deep cracks and crevices, those are gonna be harder to build up or to clean, so they're gonna get the most buildup. You're taking your helmet on and off, so maybe there's fingerprints around like the bottom part of it. I just love thinking about that stuff while I'm doing the weathering, and it's so satisfying. And that's the weathering done. I even went through with a little bit of silver rub and buff onto the edges to make it look a little scratched in certain spots, but yeah, that's the weathering done. Now let's take a final look at this thing in some real good lighting. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this build. This thing came out so cool. Like, I wanted to do this project, and then the more I did it, the more I fell in love with it, because it just brought back such nostalgia for Bionicle and growing up and stuff, and the original Toa. Like, this is such a cool concept. And like I said in the beginning of the video, please let me know, do you want to see all 6? Maybe even the 7th Toa, if maybe he ever makes the Toa of Light. That would be awesome. A gold helmet. Please make that. Yes, we're gonna make it happen. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys thought of this project. Did you learn something new? Did you learn something? Do you just hate me? Is it my face? I don't know. But yeah, this was a very exciting project, and I like having this now. Yeah, spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure this video is coming out first. Yeah, the Hayabusa helmet will be coming out shortly after. I'm filming them in tandem, so we're gonna like do this whole thing again at the end of the Hayabusa helmet. I'll try to change it up, you know, so it doesn't look exactly the same. But I like this. I like this little collection I got going on. They're all very dynamic, different looking helmets that I think they all look sick. Yeah, but this is probably already a long video, so I don't want to bore you guys. But if you liked anything you saw or something you saw, or you want to stay tuned for the Hayabusa helmet, or you want to see me make the rest of the Bionicle mashup, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and this way you stay up to date on everything I have coming out. We got cool Halo builds, we got cool 3D printer reviews and stuff, we got some Pokemon stuff, we got Iron Man costumes and cosplay and all that, all the good stuff. So yeah, guys, I really appreciate you watching, and yeah, I'm gonna go and film the rest of this video now, but thank you so much for watching. You guys have a good day. Oh, one thing I didn't really mention is the whole inside of this is covered in sound deadening foam. It is super cheap to get. I have stacks of it, and because I printed the helmet too big, I had to use a lot. So it is like ASMR heaven inside of this helmet. Same with Hayabusa. It's so peaceful and quiet. I could fall asleep while wearing this thing. It is just, it's just serene. Take care.